enough. YouTube content ID is going to kill this video. This is the bass patch for Helix, HX Effects, and HX Stomp. We have versions for all three. And what Fuller just played was the Seinfeld theme.
No, it wasn't. It was the Smeinfeld theme.
Which
totally different.
Which you might assume is a bass guitar theme.
Sounds like it, right?
It's a keyboard part, actually. That's pretty cool. Today we're excited to tell you about the bass patch that we have available for Line 6 HX products.
Yes.
You're seeing the Helix version. There are slightly different versions for each one because they can't all do the same things. All right? And so what you basically get on the top row of the Helix patch comes in the Stomp and the HX Effects version. And then we threw in a little bit. We're
throwing everything.
We actually filmed this entire video, and then we were like, let's put ambient swells in our bass patch, which we will demonstrate for you soon. And we played them, and we were like, yes, this needs to happen. This sounds cool.
You're gonna want those swells.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you through sort of what we've done with this patch. So it's a basic, at its core, it's just a basic, really great sounding bass tone, but we did design it knowing that you're going to use different kinds of guitars. You'll notice on the patch itself there's a button called Active Passive. So what we've done is change the gain stage depending on if you have active pickups in your bass or passive pickups. This guitar has active pickups. This guitar has passive pickups.
You might not know what your guitar has. Here's a way to tell. If your guitar has a compartment for a battery, a 9-volt usually, that means that you probably have active pickups.
Yes. And if it doesn't, you've got passive.
You've got regular passive.
So like Fender basses almost across the board are passive. Music Man stuff, which is what this is. This is a Sterling, but it's made by Music Man. Active. And so active pickups have way higher output. Another question we get all the time with Helix content is, what do you do for global settings for the input pad? Okay, that's in the global settings under inputs, there's a pad on or off. It really depends on your guitar.
Yes, it does.
And so for this guitar with the active pickups, you want the input pad on.
Yes.
It lowers the level going into the Helix.
Yes.
For a guitar like this with passive pickups, turn the input pad off.
That's right.
And that's how we're going to demonstrate it. So Fuller, why don't you play a little something with this, which is your personal bass. I don't play the big guitar, so I'm just a music guitar stand here is all I am. Alright, so for this demo, I turned the input pad off. You can see the active passive button now is on. So on is what you want to use for passive pickup guitar. Fuller, go ahead and play this and turn that active passive on and off. Alright, so you'll notice there was a big difference there.
Like 20 decibels probably.
Because bass guitars, these types of pickups are a big difference in how much level they send out. So a few other things we do with this patch, and the next few things are going to be the same for HX Effects and HX Stomps. We'll have the active passive switch on both of those.
Important.
And then the grit is a tube screamer. You might ask yourself,
distortion.
Why did they put a tube screamer on a bass patch?
And I ask myself, why not?
That's the appropriate question. And so we wanted to do some distortion, some grit, some drive. And we actually auditioned a whole bunch of different drive pedals in the Helix, including some of the dark glass stuff made for bass. And we really felt like the Tube Screamer, the 808,
it does the job.
It sounds really good. So play something and then turn it on.
Sure.
See what happens.
Here we go.
mean, it gives it that like guttural kind of a thing.
It's a great, like, if it's just drums and bass for a little while.
And you're doing it like something you're rocking.
Like, yeah, and you're getting it. Yeah, that's a good...
It drives things along.
Yeah, don't use it during What a Beautiful Name.
Exactly. There you go.
Unless there's a drum solo.
A few other things that we've given you access to on the Helix. You're not going to have access to this on Stomp. Is the compressor and the EQ. And we like leaving them on.
It's on the Stomp, you just don't have access to it.
Right. They're in the Stomp, you just don't have a button for it. With HX Effects, you'll have the button for it. But the compressor really just kind of evens things out. It just depends on, you can turn it off and see if you like it better.
Yeah.
Same with the EQ. And the EQ, we set the EQ up just to give it a little bit of clarity and a little more oomph on the bottom end.
And an easy way to adjust if it doesn't sound the way you want it in your PA system.
Yeah, you just go to that EQ and make some changes. It's the 10-band EQ, so you have a lot of control.
The compressor is important if you are doing like slapping and popping, like I did the Schmeinfeld theme at the beginning. If not, the pops might be too loud. So the compressor kind of pulls them back a little bit. Your sound guy will appreciate that.
Yeah. And so now what you get with the Helix patch that you don't get with the other ones is the extra flavor, extra special ingredient. Swells.
Swells!
Why don't you turn that on and play some volume?
Oh boy, here it goes. I don't even know what to play.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. What would you use that for?
Just to tick off your worship leader?
Like, here's what you would do, bass player. If you're a bass player, get this patch.
Yes, please.
It's $40.
I'm begging you.
And then the next time your worship leader says, like, all right, we need some ambient swells.
Just raise your hand. I got something.
Give your guitar player a dirty look and just come in with something huge on the bass. That's what you use this for. But honestly, like if you wanted to start if you were doing a Good Friday service and you wanted to start off with something really eerie and dark sounding,
you could totally.
Like you could, because those low notes.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you play a baritone guitar, you can kind of get the same thing, but bass even more so.
You got a lot.
You can come in and just like. I mean, those subs are just going to shake the room.
Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome.
That would be cool.
I want to be there
there's
for
some
that.
Good application for swells on the bass, the bass guitar.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much covers what you get with the Worship Tutorials bass patch. Again, it's just a basic, we wanted to give you a really great starting point for bass tone. You can add a few bells and whistles to if you want. We've added a few for you that we think are cool. Let's talk about this bass. Well. This is like a 2-for-1 video. A while back, I needed a bass guitar here at Worship Tutorials just to do some production stuff. So if you're looking, like if you're a worship leader and you need like a really good house bass guitar, something that anyone can play if they come in, and you don't want to spend too much money, this is a Sterling Sub 4. It's made by Music Man. Sterling is like their sort of budget brand, kind of like Squier is to Fender. It's a 4-string active pickup bass, and it plays really good. It sounds really good.
I was shocked how good it sounds and plays. Really, for $300,
you're looking at about 300 new.
I don't know of any other bass in that ballpark that can compete with that.
Yeah, and so I played a bunch, and I found the one that I liked the best.
Yeah.
And of course I did a little setup work to it. I rounded the ends of the frets off so they're really smooth.
Yeah.
So it feels like a really expensive guitar.
The riff I played at the beginning, those are just stock pickups. They sound the popping and slapping thing sounded so funky.
It's got that pop
lot of
Music
punch.
Man punchy thing.
It does.
it's going to sound different than like a Fender jazz bass.
Yeah, jazz basses are a lot warmer and darker. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking for just a great all-around bass that's not going to break the bank,
that's the one.
This is a really good one, and it pairs well with this patch because we built it with it.
Yes, we did.
So there you go. Again, the bass patch from Worship Tutorials is available. Links below. It is available for Helix, HX Stomp, HX Effects. And if you're wondering why Pastor Fuller here is, I call you Pastor Fuller. You don't know what Fuller is in this video. I know, that's weird. Fuller is doing this with me, and you're like, well, Bradford is the other Helix guy. Well, Fuller is the bass extraordinaire.
I like the bass. Slap the bass.
You built this one.
I slap the bass. I play a lot of bass in the studio.
This is a Fuller creation.
Yeah. You know, and I think bass players, man, they just get the shaft. And I think it's time that as bass players, we unite. And we take over.
Play your swells over top of the guitar player's swells.
But wait till the right moment.
Yeah. You have to insert yourself.
You want to do it in a way where everyone's going,
Where's that coming from?
That
is the Holy Spirit.
That is. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
And remember, whatever you can do, I can do an octave lower.